Hey everybody, it is now 2014. I know I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but after watching the Kansas City game yesterday against the Colts, I writing some notes down. I wanted to bring a couple of things to your attention. Um, it's really funny. I think the Colts opened up that game like as a 2.5 point favorite, 2 point favorite, something like that. And then all of a sudden it swung where Kansas City was a favorite. And I know a lot of people, they say stuff like, "Wow, I bet Indianapolis, but now the line is moving. I'm scared. The sharp money, the steam, it's all coming in on Kansas City." And it's amazing to me that people get more nervous when the line goes against them than when the line goes for them. I'm the kind of guy that if I have an opportunity to take 2.5 points, or lay 2.5 points, or lay three as opposed to taking three, I want the best for me as a bettor. You know, these terms, the steam and the terms, the sharp money, you know, these all come about from books who, and through my experience with knowing books, it's always been when the bookie wins, it's always the smile on your face. You hand him your money, and he'll be like, "Yeah, bad break. You were on the right side of all these games. You were betting the steam," but they always cry if they lose. Never have you heard of a fucking bookie turning around saying he had a great week. "Oh, this one killed me on this game," whatever. It's just the way they're bred. Um, the the other thing is with the bookie, the locals I'm talking about. When you win, you're a thief. When you lose, you're a sucker. And it's funny because it's almost like bettors try to justify what they're doing. What kind of plays they make. I hear these terms a lot. I made a square play today. I had to do it. Did it win? There's no such thing as a winning square play. Don't even know what a square play is. But I guess what I'm trying to say is these terms help the tout business, okay? Steam, lock, this, that, money moves, the public, the sharps. These are all things to confuse everybody. I was just doing a little research. I was looking at some of these bowl games, okay? And I don't really write stuff down, but I had to write this stuff down. Vanderbilt, last bowl game, it was yesterday or whatever, opens up a 2 point favorite, closes 1.5. Houston takes money. Vandy wins. Oklahoma State and Missouri, game opens up a pick. Okie State goes to 3. Missouri wins. Ohio State opens up 2.5. They push the game to 3 in a lot of places. Moving from 2.5 to 3 is a real big jump. That's a major, major push to do that. Ohio State gets beat. Bama opens up 14 against Oklahoma. Game closes 17. That's a real significant move. They steamed it. The Sharps, this. They get beat outright by 14 points. Georgia opens up at 9, closes at 9.5. Some spots even had 10. Georgia gets beat outright. Where's the other one that I have? Oh, UNLV, 6.5 point underdog. Line drops to 5.5. They get fucking throttled. Okay, the Chiefs, like I told you, in Indianapolis, that line moved. Philadelphia opens up 2.5 in the second game of the playoff game, climbs to 3.5. Boom, they get beat. So I guess what I want to know is when we see these moves, okay, doesn't it always seem to be when they move and lose? The public lost the money. When they move and they win, Sharps knew what was happening. Who the fuck knows? I mean, who? You know the way I feel about who's sharp, who's square, who's this. These guys can jerk their pricks. In the end of the day, you got to win games. Yes, you want the best line. No question about it. But this is coming from my dad, bookie for 40 fucking years, okay? Always told me, you let a guy bet me 6 games a day, 7 games a day. He don't have to lay juice. I'll beat him. He's going to beat him. He's going to beat the bettor because of the amount of games he's playing, okay? And I see these guys post games. I see these guys that claim they bet games. This game for 2 units, this game for 5 units, this game for 10 units, this game for 12 units, this game for 3 units, okay? And you're putting out 7, 8, 9 games in the course of a day. You can't, the bookie can pay his mortgage on just your juice. It's bananas. It's crazy. So, college basketball is going to come, is now going to be our sport. A couple playoff games. A lot of you people are going to get your dicks hard because of the Super Bowl. And here's what's going to happen Super Bowl Sunday, or before the Super Bowl. 2 teams are going to be played for the Super Bowl. People are going to post on the forum, I love this game. I love this game. Line's going to come out, it's a lot of points. I think I like the other side. They'll love a game until they see the line, then they'll like the other side. Team's going to blow this team out. I don't know. It's a lot of points. So, everybody has these opinions on who's going to get there. Then when they get there, it's just like the Florida State game. Okay, I remember when they first set Auburn, Florida State. Everybody's like, if Auburn's getting 3 or 4 points, I'm fucking pounding Florida State. Because Florida State will win by 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. The line comes out 8.5. I don't know, 8.5 is a lot of points. Maybe I take Auburn. I understand it's a big difference, 3.5 or 4 to 8, 8.5. But how could you love a game and say it's going to be a blowout, and then 4 or 5 points go the other way when the line comes out? And unless you're a fucking odds maker, you're clueless to begin with. Bet the team you like. Back to college basketball. College basketball, most places have limited action. When I say that is, books aren't going to take 50, 100 grand or go to Vegas. Tough to get off a dime in some college basketball games. I mean, you try to bet MAC games like me in college basketball. In college basketball, you don't have a player's card. You go to an off the wall casino or any casino. You're lucky you get a nickel on the game, and you got to suck somebody's dick to get it. I mean, I'll suck somebody's dick, but not to make a $500 bet. I'm kidding you. I mean, for a dime or two. Anyway, I guess my point is what books are afraid of in college basketball is nickel bets become 6 nickel bets, and then they become dime bets, and then people start following the trail. Books would rather jump at 4 or 5 points and say, fuck it, lay it. If you want it, lay it. I don't care. But they're not going to put themselves in an exposure where, Iona's playing Niagara, and all of a sudden they're weighted, 9-1 on one side of the game. And it's not because someone knows something. It's not the case. It could be. I mean, if the game is handicapped right and the line is wrong, I can understand it. But no one's going to make that kind of money. The book's not going to let you beat you for that kind of money on a lot of these off-the-wall teams. So, yeah, to me, I can't wait the football season ends. I watch the NFL and I want to puke. I see these things happening, in the NFL. No one can beat the NFL. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're betting 5 or 6 games every day on a Sunday, you ain't winning. You're just not. No one is. It's the most unpredictable sport there is, and that's why, oddly enough, no limits on NFL. You walk into a sports book with $100,000 and you want to bet on the fucking playoff game, pick a side. That's what they'll tell you. Pick a side. Try betting $100,000 on Harvard against fucking Providence. It's not gonna be that easy. So I guess my point on a lot of this is it gets frustrating for me because I hear all this nonsense, and it's these people turn around and they say, I've got this. They've put together a model to win, and there's no models. There's no models. When I handicap college basketball, here's what I look at. I want an experienced point guard against an inexperienced point guard. I want a team that rebounds, makes their free throws, and I want a team that if I'm laying a number, I can cover on the free throw line late if I'm wrong. If I'm taking a number, I want a team that could shoot threes to keep me in the game and see if I can get a heads-up matchup that I can get one player to expose another player, which it might sound a little complicated, but sometimes you get these 12, 13, 14-point favorites that should win real easy. But if you have maybe one guy, maybe a big man in the middle, or maybe a good scorer that can keep you in the game, maybe putting up some garbage threes or just keeping you in the game, that's what I'm looking for. These scenarios that people come up with, well, this team's played 2 games in 4 days. They're tired. You tell me a fucking 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid who gets tired from sitting on an ice plane playing basketball. It's more tiring fucking practicing. Go to a Kentucky basketball practice. Go to a Louisville basketball practice. Go to a Coach K Duke basketball practice. You ask any of them kids what they'd rather do: play a game or practice for 2 days. Trust me, the game is a cakewalk. It's a lot easier. These kids don't get tired. So I guess my point to all of this is, when you're doing your basketball betting, and from now till March Madness comes, the big Monday, the triple header on ESPN, ease up on the games. Okay, don't be betting 10 games a day. I always tell everybody, if you can pick 1 or 2 games a day, maybe a third game, you got a better shot at making money. You really do. The sun's always going to come up tomorrow. You win 3-4 games in a row. You want to get a little bit aggressive, maybe crack it up a little bit more without spiking your wagers. $100 players should not be $500 players because they win 3 days in a row. On the flip side, if you're losing, never chase lost money. Don't do it. Turn around. I'm going to take a day off, go to the fucking zoo, go to fucking Walmart, do something like that. But, we've all done it. You lose a couple of games. Fuck, I can't lose 3 games in a row. Why? Can't lose 4. Why? Can't lose 10. Fuck, you can lose as many as you want. It could happen. So I think we've gone over these lessons before. My main focus of this video is the line moves are such bullshit. It's people betting betting aside. And as gamblers, we all think alike. We all do. Whether you're considered sharp, square, pro, non-pro, recreational, it doesn't matter. If we look and we see a pretty girl, guys, for the most part, will all agree, yeah, that girl's pretty. You see a girl with a big set of tits. Damn, she's got a nice set of tits. It's obvious, okay? You see a team playing basketball or football, and we always go by the eye test. The team's good. Playing that team's not that good. Do a little homework in between. You got to play. The line works in your favor. You got a good play. But it's not, it's what I always say. When you start trying to find how a team could lose, is basically why you lose. Well, let me see. Could this team win? I know Connecticut's good, but could Seton Hall stay within 10? Well, maybe. Let me see. So you start trying to make cases for bad teams, or make cases for teams that shouldn't be. When that happens, turn around and look and say, wait a minute, there's 80 more games being played today. Let me try the next one. That's what you have to do. But guess what? You're all sick fucks. ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN the U, Longhorn Network, CBS, NBC Sports, fucking, SEC Network, Pac-10 Network, Root. You turn your channel and your remote control. There's a fucking basketball game like every 30 seconds. I mean, it's like being at the racetrack at a simulcast. There's a race going off every 30 seconds. There's a fucking game on TV every 30 seconds. And guess what? People like to watch their money. And people bet them TV games. So be smart. 2014 should be an exciting time. Basketball, get into football, the Super Bowl week. I know there's a lot of good discussions here in the forum about that. And for everybody watching on YouTube, www.sportsforumpicks.com. We do give out a lot of free plays, a lot of contests, a lot of stuff going on. Opportunity to get some of my plays for free by entering the contest, so stop by. I'm going to try to be a little bit more proactive in the forum with these videos and doing some things. If you guys do the same, it's kind of tough with a 3-year-old, during the holiday season to be in and out of the forum like I normally am. But I will do my best to kind of get back in the swing with that. And I'm looking forward to talking college basketball, for the next few months. And then guess what? Baseball, April. So I'm looking forward to that. And other than that, guys, feel free to ask any questions. I know you guys have questions about baseball, teasers, parlays, ifs, action points, all these different types of things that you guys have questions on. Post in the forum. I'm happy to answer it. So for www.sportsforumpicks.com, it's Thefactsman, wishing everybody a happy, healthy 2014. Make some money, and again, stop by sportsforumpicks.com. You'll have a good time. Some good people there. Everybody, have a great day, and as always, good luck.